Hey guys, and a very warm welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl mphobandainfo here. I'm so excited for today's video, you guys, because I'll be talking all things being in your 20s. Guys, I am really going through the most as a 20-year-old. No, I'm not 20 years old, but as a person who's in their 20s, I'm going through so much. A lot is happening. So I just felt like, you know what, let's start a conversation. Let's talk about it. How are you guys coping? What's happening? And I feel like there's so much pressure with us, you know, when we're in our 20s and all of that. So that's why I decided to film today's video. And I hope you guys are going to like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember that everything that I'm sharing in this video is solely based on my personal experience. And let's get into this, guys. So guys, I'm only going to mention like 5 things that I feel like are quite challenging for me right now. Those are the things that are really making it difficult to navigate my 20s. And I hope you guys are going to be able to relate to what I'm saying. And if you do relate, please leave a comment down below. Do share your experience as well. Maybe somebody is going to learn something from what you are going through. So guys, the first thing that I think makes it really hard for us in our 20s, and I think why some of us might feel like, you know, being in our 20s suck and all of that, is basically because money is hard to earn. In your 20s, it is so difficult to make money. Sometimes you're not only trying to provide for yourself, but you're also trying to provide for your family. So it really is difficult for you to maintain some level of financial stability for yourself. And I want to focus on this conversation specifically on young professionals. We've just started working and we're in our 20s, because that's what I can relate to. And it's very difficult to manage your finances as well. I think that pressure itself is very challenging. You find that some people are in their 20s, they're not working, they're at home, and this does lead to depression. So being in your 20s and not being able to provide for yourself is very stressful. And also being in your 20s and having a job, but being financially stable, being able to manage your finances can also be something that is really stressful. You don't know how to budget properly. You don't know how to spend your money properly. That's also something that's very tricky. We make financial mistakes. We make so many mistakes. I don't even want to go into that, but I think I did mention in my other videos where I spoke about the credit card issue. You know, we get into debt because we want to fit in, or because we want to look like we have it all together. We can do it. We have money. And when we know very well that that's not the case, we cannot afford certain things. And people are even putting their own values on the line. No, guys, we shouldn't put so much pressure on ourselves. Yes, it's hard if you don't have money and all of that, but you shouldn't push yourself so much to such a point where you end up doing things that you don't believe in. So the second thing I want to touch on is that making meaningful relationships or maintaining meaningful relationships in your 20s can be really difficult, whether it be like a romantic relationship, a platonic relationship, whatever the type of relationship, but it's so difficult to maintain that relationship. Or some of us have been betrayed before by friends, by people, so it is a challenge. And I feel like we shouldn't get disappointed when we lose people in our 20s, because that is the time where we are trying to find ourselves. That is the time where we're trying to make friends, to meet new people, and it's really difficult to maintain these types of relationships. So relationships in our 20s are very difficult, especially friendships, especially boyfriend and girlfriend type of thing, guys. It is very hectic, and I think it really is important to make sure that you prioritize yourself. So another thing that is really, really challenging with us in our 20s is that, especially for those who just started working, is that you need to have a good credit score. You need to start buying things. You just need to start getting used to the whole financial system and all of that. And one thing that we are not aware about is that debt will haunt you. Debt will certainly haunt you, you guys. And I think that we need to understand that focus on what you can afford. And you know what's the tricky part about being able to work is that banks will offer you things, so many things, and that does not mean that you can afford that. Just because you can qualify for something doesn't mean that you actually afford that. So we cannot want to be like other people because we don't know where they got whatever they have. And I have learned this the hard way, especially with my credit card. I'm telling you, if you are in your 20s and you don't have debt yet, do whatever it is that you can do to stay away from debt. Please. Whatever you can do, just stay away from debt because it will haunt you. It will haunt you and it will take you back. And I know that is quite difficult and it's quite challenging for us to stay away from debt. But if you are in debt, just try to make sure that you know how to manage your debt properly. I'm still trying to navigate that whole area of my life, which is quite... So I think we need to learn on how to manage debt. We just need financial education. I know that maybe some of us, we did not get financial education from our parents or even from varsity or high school even, So if you are in your 20s and you're struggling with your finances, do whatever it takes to educate yourself about finances. I'm in that process right now. I'm not happy with the way I'm managing my finances. I'm not happy with the way my finances look. I would love to be in a better position with my finances. And that is why I've taken it upon myself to try and learn more about finances, to try and manage my finances very well, because debt is something that will destroy you. Debt will destroy you. Another thing that really makes it difficult for us in our 20s, I think, is knowing that there's always someone who's better than you in this world. And that is something that you need to understand and you need to accept, that there is always somebody who's smarter than you. There's always going to be somebody who has more money than you, whatever the case may be. And therefore, you need to accept yourself for who you are, because there's always going to be somebody better. And just because there's somebody who's better out there, it doesn't make you any less of a good person, So I think you need to focus on you and focus on your strengths and focus on your weaknesses. The moment you start accepting yourself for who you truly are, that's when you will be able to focus on the things that are going to bring you joy and things that are going to bring you happiness in your life. And I think that it's very, very important to know that, because the moment you start accepting who you are, that's when you're going to stop comparing yourself with other people. Comparison is a killer of joy. In our 20s, we like to compare ourselves so much with other people. Jealousy comes from comparison. Depression comes from comparison. So yeah, man, comparison is one of the things that is really going to kill us in our 20s. Looking at other people's lives and thinking that we're left behind, thinking that we're stuck, or just thinking that we're not doing enough is really, really problematic. I, for one, suffer from that. I see people younger than me doing so much better, doing great things, and then I start feeling the pressure, and then I feel like I'm not doing much. And who's responsible for that pressure? Myself. So I need to be able to take myself out of that situation and remind myself that we are totally different. I am mphobandainfo, and my journey is my journey. I think we need to constantly remind ourselves that it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Wherever you are right now, that's not where you're going to be for the rest of your life. You need to be able to feed your mind with positive energy, positive thoughts, because nobody's going to be able to do that for you. And the things that we see on social media are not real. Like 90% of them are not real. That's not how people really live their lives. Yes, some of them are true, but most of the things that we see is not reality. It is just social media. It is just that post that you sing for a second or for a minute, and that's just that. And I think that the more you grow, the more you actually start realizing that social media isn't all that. It really isn't all that. So just focus on your life and remember that your journey is just your journey. It's different, it's special, it's unique. You are unique, and God has something definitely in store for you. But also, you just can't sit and expect that things are going to get better. You need to be working on something. You need to be doing something. You need to be knocking on those doors. You need to put yourself out there as well. So yeah, right now I'm just going to get into my last point, and my last point is that you will never ever have it all sorted out. Our problem in our 20s is we like people to think that we've got it all figured out. We're doing so well. You will never have it all figured out. Remembering that will really set your soul free, and understanding that nobody has it all together will actually make you appreciate your life. And gratitude also plays an important role in just being able to navigate your life around your 20s. So I think I've covered most of the things that I wanted to cover in this video. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Being in your 20s is very challenging, but practice gratitude and know that your journey is your own journey and it's very unique. Do not compare your journey with anyone else. And I'm also in that process of just learning to, understand myself better, being patient with myself, and also being proud of yourself for the things that you have achieved. And another thing that I think is really, really important that we need to practice in our 20s is healing. It is very, very important to heal from your past traumas. Sit down, do some reflection, and heal from your past traumas. It takes time, but I believe that if you put in the work, then you're definitely going to see the results. Don't feel bad if you feel that you're stuck. Don't feel bad if you feel that things are not working out for you. Don't compare yourself with other people, because one day you are going to look at yourself and look at the situation that you're in right now, and you won't believe that you are the one who has overcome that situation. I'm not perfect either. I'm going through things myself. I'm working on things myself, but I'm just here to remind you that we are all in this together and we're all going through things. So do the best that you can do to live the best life that you want to. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll definitely see you guys in my upcoming video. I'm so mad right now because I spilled my coffee. Everything is a mess, but I hope you guys will learn something from this video. I will see you in my upcoming video. Bye, guys.